Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ala alika wa sahabika ya Noorullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Paradise without questioning. Hazrat RadhiyAllahu Anhu reports that the person who completes the fast of Ramadan and his intention is to stay away from signs from the rest of the year as well, he will be entered into paradise without any accounting or any questioning. Desire to fast for the whole year. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if the slaves of Allah Ta'ala will find out the excellence of Ramadan al-Mubarak, then my nation will desire that they should fast for the whole year. Fasts are the shield. Hazrat Abu Hurairah RadhiyAllahu Anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, fasts are a shield. My beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's beloved followers. Scholars and commentators have explained the above hadith and details are as followed. When any sign is proposed to one who is fasting, the fast becomes a shield and forces the person to refrain from that sin. The fast as shield against the fire of hell and enables the fasting persons to be forgiven. Fasting ensures that a person is saved from the whispering and desire of his own souls and saves his souls and the body from committing sins. That is why fasts are described as a shield. Distance of 70 years. Hazrat Abu Sa'id Khudri RadhiyAllahu Anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah Ta'ala will keep the fire of hell at a distance of 70 years from the face of the person who fasts for even one day for Allah Ta'ala. Way to become healthy. Hazrat Abu Hurairah RadhiyAllahu Anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, struggle, that is jihad in the path of Allah Ta'ala, and you will gain spoils of war. Fast and you will become healthy, and travel and you will become wealthy. Al-Targhib wal-Targhib. Three things. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the person who safeguards three things is undoubtedly a friend of Allah Ta'ala, and know that the person who forsakes these three things is an enemy of Allah Ta'ala. Those three things are fast, namaz, and compulsory bathing, ghusl-e-janabat. Double happiness for one who fasts. Hazrat Abu Hurairah RadhiyAllahu Anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, a person who fasts receives twice the happiness when he eats iftar and when he meets his Lord. Bukhari Sharif, page number 255. Longing for four kinds of people. The paradise of Allah Ta'ala long for four kinds of people. That are a person who fasts in the month of Ramadan, a person who regularly recites the Holy Quran, a person who safeguards his tongue, and a person who feeds hungry neighbors. Welcome for one who fasts. On the day of judgment, when Allah Ta'ala orders the people to rise from the graves, He will say to angel, O Rizwan, go and greet my bondmen who used to fast and used to go hungry and thirsty for my sake. You go with all the bounties of paradise and present it to them. Rizwan, the angel in charge of paradise, will call out, O workers of paradise, bring large serving plates of paradise, and bring food and drink equivalent to the grains of sand in the world, equal to the drop of rain and equal to the stars in the sky and leaves on the trees. This will all be brought and placed in front of the people who used to fast. They will be told, eat as much as you please. This is reward for the fasts that you observed in the world. An amazing angel. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, O the night of ascensions, that is Mubarak, I saw an angel at Sidratul Muntaha that I had never seen before. It was so big in the length and breadth that it would take 100,000 years to cover its size. It had 70,000 heads, and each head were 70,000 faces, and each face had 70,000 tongues. On each tongue were 70,000 birds of light, and on each bird there were 100,000 pearls dangling. Each pearl contained a large river, and there were hugs fishes in the river. The size of each fish was 2 years' travel time. On the stomach of each fish was written, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. The angel had one hand on his head and the other hand was on his back. The angel was in other words, in paradise. The angel was in the paradise. When he praises Allah Ta'ala in his sweet voice, the throne of Allah Ta'ala is overjoyed and sways from side to side in the happiness. I asked Jibreel alayhi salam about this angel and was told that this angel was created 2000 years before Hazrat Adam alayhi salam was created. I asked how tall and wide he was, and Jibreel alayhi salam replied that Allah Ta'ala has made a huge meadow in paradise, and that is where he lives. This angel has been ordered by Allah Ta'ala to pray rosaries, that is, tasbih, on behalf of you and all those from your nations who fast. I saw 2 large containers in front of that angel, and each one contained 1,000 locks of light. I asked Jibreel alayhi salam about them, and he told me to ask the angel. I asked that amazing angel what those containers were for. He replied, they contain the information about the freedom from the fire of those of your followers who fast. Congratulations to you and to those from your nations who fast. Difference between fast and other worships. My beloved Prophet ﷺ's beloved followers, if you look at the other worships, it is very clear that namaz, hajj and zakat are the names of worships where we actually do something. For example, namaz is the act of standing, bowing and prostrating, etc. Hajj is for the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala and involves walking around the Kaaba, staying in Mina and Arafat, and running between the hills of Safa and Marwa, etc. However, fasting is the name given to refraining from eating, drinking and having sexual intercourse. Why is it? The reality is that Allah Ta'ala is training His slaves and stating, O my slaves, you will have lawful food and drink in front of you, and your lawful partner will be in front of you. But in the month of Ramadan, stay away from them, from dawn to dusk, for my pleasure. A slave refrained from these things to obtain the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala, and in return for this, Allah Ta'ala includes his sleeping and waking moments as worship, and at the time of iftar, he accepts their supplications. When a person's habit becomes such that he stays away from the lawful things in the month of Ramadan, then after the month has passed, his natural disposition is not drawn towards unlawful foods, drinks or looking at impermissible women. The training that he has received in the month of Ramadan reminds him that the thoughts and the fears of Allah Ta'ala kept me away from lawful food and drink during the month of Ramadan. How can I even think that about going towards unlawful things after the month of Ramadan? The Lord was watching me when I was alone in my house, is also watching me now. The reflection and thought stops a person from going towards unlawful food and drink and looking at impermissible women. Remember, if you do not take the advantage of this training that we receive in Ramadan and do not realize the philosophy and reasons behind fasting, then there is no one more unintelligent than us. On the face of it, it seems that fasting is refraining from the 3 things mentioned above. But there are many hadith of Rasulullah about how to safeguard our fasts properly. It is essential that we keep those best things in mind and safeguards our fast and obtain as many blessings as possible from our fast.